Welcome to a new episode of Robeytech. I am your host, Justin Robey, and you know what? It's kind of fun that we're back and we're doing some showcase builds, really just kind of stretching that budget as much as possible and doing it in a case that is absolutely stunning, right? And so I've been really excited about this. This is the Phanteks Evolv X2. And then we're going to be doing our first build with a non-Founders Edition RTX 5090. This is the Zotac Solid. Yeah, you might be saying, Robey, the Zotac Solid, like again, you know, what are we looking at when you compare against the FE? So we're in the middle of doing our review for this. All in all, this is what's called a reference model 5090. That means performance-wise, it's just on par with what you might get with the 5090 FE, but it's a little bit quieter, believe it or not. It's actually quieter than the FE when we looked at the average by about 3 decibels. It's a little bit, it's obviously a little bit cooler under load as well. So that means there's a little bit more ability to basically push it. And then of course it's obviously different looking and it gets all of the benefits that you get with a Zotac card with their essentially their warranty and all that sort of stuff. So there is a difference, and we have seen, it's funny enough, we just got finished doing the 5090 Supreme as well. And that card actually does do better than the Supreme Liquid, then an FE, by 5 to 7 frames, and the overclock potential on those stuff. So again, cool to see stuff like Zotac. We're gonna pop it in here. The good thing is by the time we actually do builds with these, we actually have data on them as well. So the review for these will be coming out. So we'll be able to tell you, it's like, oh, well, you know, which is the best 5080, you know, which is the best 5090 in terms of reference and all that sort of stuff. We're hoping to actually have those videos, which will be super cool. By the way, huge shout out to Berg Beezer, the House of Tom, Fear Check, and Starry Messenger for the subs. We got 31 months, 23 months, 52 months, and 18 months. And that's what I love about you guys, is just all of the awesomeness that you guys provide and being such long-term subscribers. Somebody said, would you notice the frame rate difference? I think the hard answer is maybe. So if it takes it from 55 to like 62 in a game like Cyberpunk, remember, the base resolution is where things end up being a whole lot more important. So like in something like Black Myth Wukong or something like that, 4 to 5 frames actually does matter. And the other thing too is some of it also very much depends on games and game loops that depend more on core clock frequency for your GPU versus raw power and all that sort of stuff. But the bigger thing, and you guys are gonna see a video that's coming out on this very soon, is what you can do with some of those in terms of overclocking. I will say, at least on the 80 series, the overclocking potential on those cards have been a whole lot higher. We're playing with the 5090s right now. So there is some opportunity to really get some substantial gains with overclocking, both with how much the NVIDIA app makes it really kind of straightforward now, as well as things like MSI Afterburner. Overclocking your GPU actually got a whole lot easier. So it is like a one-button overclock kind of thing, especially with the NVIDIA app. So the one thing that we want to tell people is, though you could only spend $300-400 more for an MSI Supreme, Liquid Supreme, or a 5090 Apex from Zotac, the thing that would be the amp from Zotac, you will actually be able to have higher performance because of overclocking and stuff like that. So there's some good stuff in for that. Resubscribe with Prime, thank you very much. Oh, a hype train's going, guys. Thank you very much for the hype stream. Lord Pansington, they got Landsworth dropping 5 gifted subs. You guys are rock stars. I super appreciate it. So anyway, you know, when you have a showcase case like this, you gotta build a showcase build, right? I feel like these last like 5 or 6 months on YouTube, and then even on our live streams, guys, I've been building a lot of budget kind of focused PCs. And don't worry, I'm actually really excited about Thursday's build, because Thursday's build is like basically get me the cheapest 9800X3D 5080 build I can absolutely build. And so again, huge shout out to AMD, who's been sending me a lot more 9800X3Ds, so I can basically build lots of 9800X3D builds. But that one is like, we're gonna build a 5080 system with a 9800X3D that's just at $2,000, which is actually pretty cool. So we still are doing our budget ones, but we have some ones where we're gonna stretch our legs from the budget. And this is definitely one of those at $4,300. So it's gonna be absolutely crazy. And we're gonna spend all that money, and let's talk about how we're gonna spend all the money, starting with the CPU. Now, the reason that I decided to do Core Ultra 9, the 285K, because I know a lot of people are like, why not the 9800X3D? A couple things. One, first and foremost, their BIOS fixes and stuff like that have done an awful lot towards bringing things on par with the 14900K. Much easier to cool, which, spoiler alert, unfortunately for this build, this case is not the best thermally. I mean, you can look at it, but we're finishing our review on it. Not the best thermally, so we're gonna put a 360mm AIO. The other thing too is that for content creators and stuff like that, even though things have improved with the X3D, the one thing I will say about if you're gonna do a 5090, 5090s are more than just gaming systems. And so when you think about choosing between a Core Ultra and until the 9950 X3D gets out and we can test, there's just definitely a lot more you can do with a Core Ultra 285K than you can just do with a 9800 X3D. So we went a little bit more broad with the use case here. And so this one can definitely be used for content creation, heavy mathematical formulation, all that sort of stuff. So if you're one of those people who's like, I may not be gaming, but I have some productivity things with this, and I really love this case, this might be a better choice for CPU than, say, for instance, your 9800 X3D. The other thing too that's also pretty interesting is multitasking on the X3D chips, especially if you're doing a lot of things at the same time for streamers. We've actually seen dips in overall performance. We have a video that's coming out about that a little bit later. So there's definitely use cases still for both. I think a lot of people have kind of written off the Core Ultra, but there's definitely some stuff that Intel's not skimping on to just try and make things a little bit better, which is actually pretty cool. New carpet in the house is looking great. Thank you very much for that. We have 2 minutes still. Whoa, Joshua dropping 10. Whoa, this hype train is just going. New carpet's great. Thank you very much for that. And so yes, thank you. That was a huge thing. So happy. Needed something in the house very much for him. 5090s work and play, 5080s the game on. Correct, Turdog, for sure. Even though, I mean, I saw your kind of thing. We're kind of mixed bag on the 5080 too, especially given what we've seen from the overclocking side of it. We're just like, why wasn't that there at the beginning? So, Texas Tree Farmer, thank you very much. Joshua Wood, thank you very much. And I think I said thank you to Wintmeister already. So anyway, CPU, Core Ultra 9 285K, and there's kind of our reasoning on that. Could you put a 9800 X3D and be very happy? Abso-freaking-lutely. Just important to be more game focused and less the other one. So Langman and we haven't played with the overclocking on these yet. So I don't know if it's a software problem. Again, we could potentially, we'll see where we are in time-wise when we get to the end of this stream. Maybe we can do the one button overclock and see what happens, just as a, why we're here. But I haven't got to play with it. All I've done, the only overclocking we've done is on the MSI Supreme Liquid. So we just got finished running our batch of tests on these right now. Okay, so there's GPU and CPU. Continuing the, hey, we're just gonna spend the money because we can. We're gonna use the ROG Maximus Z890 Hero Mobo. Guys, I'm actually there's some really cool stuff that we're gonna be showing off inside of this, just in terms of quality of life and just how easy this board is to use. It's crazy expensive. There's obviously a lot that we can do with this, with the ability to basically look at things like fans, layouts, water cooling, all that sort of stuff. This is definitely an enthusiast board, but this is obviously an enthusiast build. So really excited to get this in here and stretch it out. For the cooler, this is the least expensive thing I'm using, but I love this AIO. So this is our budget AIO of the year of 2024 coming into 2025. Outperforms, like, for the same, it's less expensive than the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3, outperforms it on Intel and AMD, much easier to use, much easier to install, and for all the people who sit there and say like, the offset matters on Ryzen, well, this kind of shows you it didn't. So it's just one of those things that I've actually really enjoyed, and so really like this cooler. I love how simple it is and how inexpensive it is. It kind of filled that hole that Deep Cool kind of left when they got booted from the United States. And so really kind of, you'll probably see this cooler come up a lot, but it looks so good inside of this case, which is nice. What about the 5090 Vanguard from MSI? Haven't gotten ours yet. So I did reach out to Mark. Mark wants to see our 5090 Supreme. We have more 5090s, more 5080s on the way in, and we're gonna be doing reviews on all of them. So trust me, we will definitely cover as many of them as we can. And yes, DJ Techno, it does. It has a VRM fan as well. So 360 not. I don't understand that thing. So I may have missed an earlier question. Okay, for the PSU, doing something new, but given it's a Phanteks build, we're going to use the, we essentially have a Phanteks Revolt 1000. So the Phanteks Revolt 1000, this is the version that does not have cables. So they actually sent us the cable kit for this, which is actually pretty rad. So we actually have a separate cable kit, which these are nice sleeve cables and sort of stuff. But 1000 watts should be fine. If we were going to do any overclocking, this would probably be like, this is on the cusp, right? Like maybe 1200 watts would be a little bit better. But given that we'll, you know, so if you were going to do this, if you were, just letting you know, if you were going to do this and potentially do something a little bit more power hungry, I would definitely recommend going to 1200 watts over 1000 watts. For what we're going to do here, this is going to be absolutely fine. But again, they've seen some nice big spikes on this thing. So usually I would say with the 9800X3D, 1000 seems fine. With a 285K, just given how much more power hungry you can make these chips, I would definitely recommend doing a 1200 watt PSU. But good, just worth having the conversation there. For fans, more from Phanteks. We're using their M25 120 G2s. We have the reverse fan for the bottom. And then of course we've got one rear fan that we're gonna be using for that. And then of course, last thing, storage and RAM. Now, this is one place that we could have spent more money, but I mean, for the fact that we're just doing a showcase build and it's gonna get stripped, we did a 2 terabyte Kingston Fury NVMe drive. Here's the deal. If this was my build, I would do a 2 terabyte OS and then I do 3-4 terabytes or 2-4 terabytes in a RAID. RAID 0 for gaming, so then you end up with a massive RAID drive for that. And then guys, 48 gigabytes, 8,000 megahertz RAM. 8,000 megahertz RAM is what we're gonna basically pop into this. So we're gonna be putting 8,000 megahertz DDR5 from Patriot in there and going all in. So yeah. So anyway, this should be fun. Blondie, we can't do RAM predictions. It's got that new click stuff in it. So yeah. Well, Araxis and gaming, you're not doing enough read writes for it to matter. If I was worried about like caring about data and stuff like that, I do 3-4 terabytes and then I do them basically in a stripe. So if I cared about data stuff, but at this way you just get blazing fast, insanely quick, which is always super fun. So yeah, I think that's kind of it, and that's where things are right now. So let me see where you at. Okay, so that is our parts. Let's get everything down and ready for the actual build right now. So yeah, I just, you know, guys, a little bit, it's just having some fun, going all out, building something ludicrous. That's always fun too. So the MSRP on this rig is $4,300. So with tax and everything else, it'd be, you know, almost closer to 5K. We're in Falcon Northwest territory here in terms of costs, which is cool. Okay, let's get this beautiful 5090 out of the way. And then let's grab our PSU. Okay, so I'm actually really excited about this case. We just got finished doing our review. The one thing is that we were just trying to think of something that was absolutely stunning. Hold on one sec, guys. I think I gotta see if I can buy this right now. All right, so let's go ahead, pop this out to the side, and let's go ahead and start the build process. Ugh. I actually am trying to get a 5080. So yes, I'm working on that too, because we have a couple commissions with 5080. So I don't get those for free. Case is huge. Okay, here we go, guys, top down. Switch this out. I want to watch you buy a 5080. Yeah. Okay, so here we go, guys. Going from there. And let's pull this out. All right, so here is, look at this side. I mean, this board it's so pretty. Look at this. I mean, just look at this board, guys. I mean, it's so stunning. And everything is just, it just pops up and all that sort of stuff. Look at the number of USB-Cs. No, I don't think they were. So look at just the number of USB-Cs on the side and all that sort of stuff. If they have, they haven't mentioned it. So board's beautiful. Really excited about this. Okay, here we go. I might have to do it like this because it's just like that big, right? Oh. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our CPU. We're booting our Core Ultra 9. Put that in there. Yeah, the MSI, the Godlike is also a beautiful board. I agree. Okay, let's pop that in there. There we go. In like Flynn. Oh, that's, I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm not benching here. Just put this out and it's supposed to be holding extra stuff. Feel like I'm out of practice with the streaming, guys. Okay, got one. Okay, cool. Yay, got one. Got a nice MSI Supreme 5080. Perfect. That's great. Done. Awesome. I love it when a plan comes together. All right, so here it is right here. Got it all going in there. Everything is good. We're essentially squared. And so everything here looks the way that it should, which is super, super rad. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and go and zip out a little bit. I need RAM. Okay, cool. Now, this is why I told you I can't do, I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to do RAM predictions and just take your money and have it be a no. But like, here we go. And then let's see how loud this is. Okay, so I think it's good. Yeah, we could try lower, quieter, maybe Araxis for the next one. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Now let's see how loud. We're just gonna test the clicks. Oh, never mind, we're not gonna test clicks because it's being tested. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna see how loud it was. Yeah, see, not loud at all. It's just very crunchy, but it's super secure because they have that they basically have reinforcement to help with the pins. So basically it just means that you get less degradation in memory reading and all that sort of stuff. So it's very quiet in terms of the installation. Now, I want you to see, yeah, it's more crunchy. I want you to see how easy it is to install this NVMe drive. Now, we obviously have more NVMe space, but check this out. This is super cool. You just go like this, and then this giant thing pops off, right? Which is super cool. So that just pops off. We have our peel down here. Now, if you want to change, you can change your NVMe to basically all the way up to 2280, all the way down. If you want to, it's just a little click thing like that. Just got to do your peel, and you can go all the way to 2110, which is pretty rad. Yeah, it's really kind of cool to see how much they've innovated this. Dang. Except for get the peel off. Okay, cool. There we go. Got our peel. So we take our 2 terabyte drive. Pop it in here, just like that. There we go. And then boom, it's in. That's how easy it is to do the install, right? It just clicks right in there. I love that. And we'll do our other peel right here. Yeah, super smooth, right? Isn't that cool? And then all you got to do now is you take this, slide it in. Oh. Slide it in like that, put it down, and then that holds it down. And then that's it. You've installed the entire NVMe drive. Now, I'm curious, just because we have it, we should look. Let's see how many NVMe slots we have here. Just pop this off to see how easy these are, because this is always fun, right? Let's just see how much the very expensive board actually has, right? Okay, so you've got one, look at this. 1, 2, 3, there's 3 here, and not including the other 2 here. So a total of 5 NVMe drives that you could basically put inside of this. Isn't that crazy? 5 NVMe drives, guys. Look at that. That is nuts. You put in so many NVMe drives into this board. Wow. That's NVMe. Yeah, like imagine like if you did 8 terabytes for all those. 8 tera just to make Araxis happy. I'm going to do 5 8 terabyte NVMe's in RAID 0. Seems like a solid plan. I think so, Turdog. I think you do. Okay, guys. So there is our Mobo. Yeah, just to flex it. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, this is 5 8 terabytes in RAID 0. What's up, Woodward? How are you, man? All right, let's throw this in here now. Cool. So cool. Okay. Okay, let's pop this open. So what we're working on now is we're going to put the put the bracket on for the AIO. And this has got the VRM cooler and all that sort of stuff, which is actually pretty cool. And most of this stuff, it's like this AIO is so easy to put together, which I actually really, really appreciate it. Okay, so here is our bracket. Oh man, this Mobo is so heavy. It's hefty. There we go. LGA 1200, TR4, AM5, LGA 1700, and I'm assuming there's not a separate one for 185X. Just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, It's got to be it. Cool. Okay, so we got that now. Let's put in our posts. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. I like it when you guys can see everything. That's what you want, right? You want to be able to see it all. Be able to enjoy the awesomeness, right? That's what you want. You want to be able to see the build. Guys, we got some good builds this week. I'm really excited about, by the way, you're going to tune in for Intel Live. We have a really neat build on a Civ 7 themed build. You guys want to tune in for on all white. That's happening on Friday. Tomorrow is Thursday. Thursday is going to be the 5080 budget build. I know budget being using that loosely, but we're just being very focused on pinching pennies to make it as inexpensive as possible. So, and that we're going to be using the 5080 FEN. There we go. Okay, we're just going to put this back in the bin for now. Put this away. Let's put some thermal paste on it and then move on to the next evolution. We can start getting that case prepped, guys, which I know people are excited about. Everybody's ready to... Guys, this build, I just got to say, and if you're just joining us because there's more people here, here's what we're putting inside of this. It's a $4,300 system, $4,300. So inside of this, we're using the Intel Core Ultra 9 285K. We have the Asus ROG Maximus Z890 Hero. We're using the Zotac Gaming Solid NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090. We have the Kingston Fury Renegade 2TB Gen 4 NVMe drive, Patriot Viper Gaming Extremes 48 gig, 8,000 megahertz RAM, the Phanteks Evolv X2, the Phanteks Glacier 1 360 M25 G2, and then the Phanteks Revolt 1,000 watt PSU. So we're putting in, now somebody's saying, yeah, seems like not enough juice, you're all right. If I was going to do anything else other than gaming, I would do 1,200 watts. Again, we did get some of these parts from Phanteks, so they sent us a 1,000 watt PSU, which is what we're gonna use. But you could do, like, for instance, I have this beautiful MSI one that we're gonna do that's like 1,600 watt PSU, which you could absolutely do if you wanted to, but we should be fine. It'll be fine for what we're doing on this stream. But I would, they make cases and they make beautiful PSUs. They're one of the few, back when they used to do dual system PSUs, they actually made a PSU that you could do 2 systems into a single PSU, which is pretty nice. So they actually make some really cool stuff, more than just cases. They also make AIOs, fans, they make water cooling components as well. So there's actually quite a bit that they do. Okay, let's get that nice and covered, nice and thick there. Okay. Dude, I feel like something's going on with this thermal paste here. It usually does not take this much work to get it spread. I only have one bin of this, right? I think I'm just getting too low to the bottom. Usually not this hard to spread. There we go. Okay, so that should be fine. And then just because of the build that we're doing, do some texturing here. do some texturing, and then we're just gonna put a big $sign, dollar bills as our thermal paste art today, because I feel like that's like really kind of the name of the day. This brand is this is the M.2 NTH2, but I think I need to get a new tube, so I will order one. Thermal paste art feels on point. There we go. Yeah, I know, that $sign will be gone forever once I put the lid on it, but you guys will get to enjoy it for a little bit, you know? Okay, so that is all done. Mobo is ready. Oh man, that Mobo is not light. Okay, let's throw, time for the case. Oh, not a small case, guys. But I think when we're done, this is gonna be a pretty build. Okay, so we're gonna pull this up. There's our tab. Okay, so there's a couple screws for the front panel. One's right there. Okay, so we're gonna take that top panel off. I think, is that, yeah, that should be, there we go. There's another one on this side. Another little screw up here. Not I'm a screw up, there's a screw at the top, guys. Not I'm a screw up. Piece behind me's off. No, it's on. Talk about this one, that one's on. They're on. It's just, you can see the little red light showing up. Yeah. There we go. Pull that one off. Pull the rubber glass things off. Put those in there. We'll save those because if we ever do a commission or something like that in this build. Okay, so that is the front. You can, if you wanted to, take the front off. I don't think we need to. So here is, well, that weighs far less. Here's the box. In the back here, we have a little tray here. Go. Okay, that pops open. So there we go. So take this off. And now we have everything cut out. So just to show you kind of the back here a little bit, so you can see, go to the side camera here. So you can see not a lot of depth back here for things like cable management and stuff like that. So one thing I actually really like about using the Evolv the Revolt PS shroud is that we won't be using any cable extensions just to make sure that things look smooth. But again, this whole thing, when you're all done, is supposed to look like a nice unibody connection. And you can actually get into things like this is how you get into your PSU shroud. And you have drive trays right here. So you can do drive trays. It's just a single screw to get it on, which is pretty straightforward. You have quite a bit of room here for that. And then the other thing that's really nice is all of these all have mounts that you can easily get to. So you can just unscrew this. There's a screw here at the top. I'll see if I can show you that from the zoom out a little bit. So you can see right here, there's a screw right here. Take that out. then easily just, there's your mount for your AIO, which can go on both sides. So we'll take that out. So when we're ready to do our AIO install, we're good there. And then the same thing down here. Here in the back. A little bit more right here. Let's unscrew this. And then now, this just pops out. So there's that's for our fans. Now, one thing we have seen is this case, when we did normal fans and you didn't do reverse, the fans did actually clip the bottom. So we were getting fan noise on the bottom of this. So we recommend for sure using reverse fans with this versus doing fans that are just backwards, because as the fan spins, it'll drop down. And of course, it depends on the quality of the fan, but there is a chance in which it will rub against the bottom. You could do spacers, which would keep that from happening, and you just get a little bit of pop above, but something to just be aware of. But it's really, really neat. It's really, really neat to just be able to do this stuff and then, of course, be able to just kind of put things together. So we've got this out. Why don't we go ahead really quick. Oh, and then the other thing I just wanted to highlight real quick is that there is actually a really nice bracket for our SAG. So I mean, when we use our 5090 system, this should, I mean, our Zotac 5090, this should do a really good job. So okay, so that's all good, and you still have an SSD mount there too as well. But then you can kind of take everything out, and then you only need to use this. Whoops, what am I doing? We're gonna put the Mobo in. Let's get our Mobo in. Dang, it's like a tall case. I can't like, you just got to kind of, working around it is kind of a little bit different than what I'm used to here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna grab this. Ugh. Nice, that's gonna look super good. So inside of the accessory box, guys, nothing too crazy. You've got your Evolv X, and then of course you've got screws. And then my favorite, they give you, which I think you'll actually need for this, they give you a microfiber cloth, and then they also give you some beautiful cables here as well. Zip ties, I mean, not cables. But I will think you will need the microfiber on this build specifically. Okay, so let's get our Mobo in. It does have some, I do agree, it does have some like inspirations from other cases, but I'll be honest, man, this is a pretty unique looking case. I think Phanteks actually has a little bit of a winner here. They used to have gold accents, which I know a lot of reviewers were kind of bummed about. Oh, this comes off? Okay, so this is how you get to the PCI thing. So this slips out, so that's how we're gonna get to the PCI. I'll take that out. So lots of little things to make it look unibody and clean. And I know if you don't want to build in this, I do know that CyberPower has I think you can only get this through CyberPower as well if you wanted to get a pre-built with this put into it too. I don't necessarily like, I mean like if you wanted to, this is definitely a case that you could do a non-flashy build-in for sure. Like I don't feel the need to do flashy. I think flashy with the right lighting and stuff like that, I don't think it's necessarily flashy, but it could come out looking really, really nice. I'm gonna make sure, I think these are actually so I think if you did like a PA, like the ProArt AIO with just that little bit of white, that little bit of black, and then did all black fans, that would also look really, really, really sick and clean too. I'm just checking screws real quick. Okay, so those are the motherboard screws. They're the standard ones. I just keep making this mistake too often that I'm like, now I just look it up. But yeah, this could make for some sick, just all smoked out build too. For sure. No, I would not air cool with this, no. This case, temps in this are on the warmer side. It just doesn't get enough airflow for air cooling. I mean, if you were doing something simple like a Core Ultra 5 or something like that, I think you'd be okay, but I think most, yeah. I think if you just did like a normal one, I think this would be a pretty rough go for an air cooler. Hey, what's up, Smoke? Custom liquid cool, for sure you could do that. This could make for some really nice looking custom liquid cools. And I think GGF Customs did a custom liquid cooled build inside of this already. No i9, yeah. I would definitely water cool for the most part for that stuff. What an they have interesting rubber grommets, which is actually pretty cool. So it's trying to keep this like as clean as humanly possible. Now, because this case is a little bit unwieldy, I'm gonna do the come over here to the side. Like instead of rotating the case, I'm just gonna go around, work around it, you know what I mean? So I was just giving you that like look as I kind of walked around the case. Something a little different than I normally do, which is I'm like rotating the case and stuff, but okay, Mobo's in. Yeah, this Mobo is not cheap. Very, lots and lots of features that come with it, right? Are they for everybody? No, but definitely for enthusiasts, especially upgraders or overclockers. Lots of little features for that, especially if you want to do stable overclocks and things like that. Okay, let's go to side here. Now we're going to work on is just getting our front panels into good spots. Oh, weird. Okay, so this must be the RGB. They have RGB for your fans that comes off the top. For cables themselves, pretty straightforward collection of cables. So we have a USB-C and we have a, let me do here. So we have USB-C, USB 3.2, we have an HD audio cable, and then an integrated front panel. And then off of this does have case RGB. So there's a splitter, which is gonna be nice for wiring in all of the other Phanteks ARGB into it. And then of course there is it looks like it's all controlled by a single button. So there you go, you have a single button to control that stuff. So let's route this now. And they have like a cool routing thing here. So that can go right there. There's actually 2 USB-C connectors on this Mobo. HD audio right here. And they kind of created this like natural curvature. Okay, USB 3.2 right here. Nice malleable cable. And then front panel header right here. Okay, so let's get these plugged in here. Just because of the mechanism for this, we're gonna do it a little different than I normally do. I'm not gonna do it from the top down. Okay, so nice bendy USB-C cable. Cool. This one is a little bit more crazy. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there's our USB-C. Front panel we're gonna put right here. There we go. Nice clean run there. Just want to have it really straightforward. And HD audio is going to go right here. There you go. Okay, so now that we have that, the cool thing is that with how this is, they did a really neat job of making this so it's like really kind of straightforward. There's like clear cableways for things. So we're just going to bring this in and then under. Same thing with this one. Perfect. I do not know if I want to, I don't know if I'm going to get overly zealous yet with cable management because I need to know where these cables are going to go. So we'll leave those just kind of like this for now. And we'll worry about cable management as we get a little further in and get this all kind of cleaned up. Okay. So this is where things sit right now. Pretty, I mean, like the board looks good in there, right? Board looks good in there, pretty clean overall look to it. It's gonna be a nice kind of clean board here. I mean, clean build. Even when you look at it from like the static position right there, it's got kind of an iconic, like overall just iconic look to it, especially once we get all of the stuff kind of strapped in and everything else, so yeah. Oh, okay, let's get this out of the way. Okay, first part, gonna install our rear fan, our bottom fans. Here we go, okay. Hey, it's Covent, guys. We got a really cool thing going with Covent. Covent, we got your card in, buddy. And so we're gonna be doing a multi-frame gen test with Covent. He's going to be testing multi-frame generation with Marvel Rivals and seeing if it... We did an initial test. We're going to do a longer-term test with him. And so he's going to be joining us. I just got to meet up with him and get him his card, which would be cool. So you ready to get started? We're working on the rubric for it, though. Yeah, it should be a cool test. Yeah, got it, dude. Where's Falcon Northwest? They're not, I mean, they show up from time to time. They're pretty busy. But I'll be honest, guys, we have weather, which has been a big problem. Okay, come on. Don't rip. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay. Yeah, lots of snow right now, so it's been kind of weird up here. It's like we got the Florida problem all of a sudden. Okay. Pop this open, go to top down. I really love how easy this is. Like, hey, let me install these fans. They're that quick. So easy. I like it. Okay, so make sure there's nothing on the other side. Nope, it's pretty straightforward. There's our wire. So that's our split, another extension. let me find my cable. There it is. Okay, so this is the one I want. Let's just attach this to the corner right here. There we go. Okay, there's our cables are installed. Nice, clean. Look at that. I like it. Oh, Turdog, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm going up again Sunday. This is that'll be our 9th time this season. That probably does not make you feel better. Probably doesn't want to show you his CPU running at 100. What are you talking about? Yeah, they're cranking. Falcon had a very successful day. Yeah, we're doing thermals after this build. Yeah, for sure. We always do thermals after every build. Dude, this CPU will not run anywhere near that. Hey, Sergeant Nobody, thank you very much for the sub. It's a 285K. Okay, there we go. Last little bits of screws going in. Dude, this cooler is it's a great budget cooler. The other reason we're using it is because it's a Phanteks build. Wow, Sergeant Nobody, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, dude. It's a Phanteks build, so we're using Phanteks parts. Absolutely, you could do something nicer, but let's be honest, a 285K does not require a ton of cooling. Okay, let's get our little screws on here. And for folks who don't know, just so you guys know, I stream to multiple locations, so not only am I live on YouTube, I'm also live on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter. So if you see me talking to people who are like, who's he talking to? I might be talking to one of the other channels. So just FYI. I'm live on the moon too, that's true. Very, very true. Okay, let's go back to the top down here so you guys can see the rest of the build here. There we go. Nice, look at that, pretty. Very clean looking install there. Okay, so in terms of what cables I need, I do not know yet. So I have to keep these out. Put that in there. Okay. Go to here. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. Oh no. I want to rotate this. I put them in the wrong direction. Just kidding. Let's watch me put fans on again. Don't. I forgot that was the back. I want it on the front. Robey, you got anybody remember Robey fan backwards? I think we're doing fettuccine bolognese for dinner. Yeah. That used to be a struggle back in the day. I mean, luckily, like this one, it's just like it's easier. No, we're not giving one. We do have one of these for sale, by the way. This build back here, we sell all of our builds at a discount. So this build right here is actually for sale. I think it's Tom or somebody can remind me. I think it's 23 or 2400, 4070 Ti, all the bells and whistles, beautiful with a high-end system and all that sort of stuff, like all that stuff. It's like 23 or 2500 all in, so including shipping. So if you guys want to buy one of the builds, we do have those. If I do this, that should work. Yeah, so we do sell the builds for, and then we have a 4090 system that's on sale 33 or 3200 all in as well. So if you guys want one of those. So we do have a couple systems up for sale now. It's 2500. Yeah, 2500 all in, including shipping and tax and everything. It's like it's 2,500 bucks. Beautiful system. And then we have, how much is the 4090 system, Tom? And then we can get a link. No, these are the right way. This is the right way now. Yeah, this is the right way. Thanks for asking, Smoke. $3,300 for the 4090 system. And then all of those pictures are up on, we'll get a link to the page. You can go and pick them out. If anybody's looking for a cheap build that are way above, if they're way lower price, then go check it out. There's the PCs for sale right there. And then we have a BTF Hyperion system that we're selling as well. I think he took pictures of it. And then that one, how much did we say we're gonna sell that one for? I think it's like $5,000 and we're selling it for like 4,200 bucks. So yeah, they're way underpriced just so they can get to a good home. Okay, now we can put this in here. Ugh. Okay, so there's a little hole right here specifically for running the fan cable. And since there's only one cable, it makes it really easy. I mean, this case is just, they thought about like kind of everything to make this as easy as humanly possible. Look at that. And it's just like flush, beautiful flush. It's a 4090 BTF. So it's the Strix BTF. Okay, so that is in. So I just got to figure out what to do. Okay, so now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to do the AIO. Let's throw our rear fan on. Oh, interesting. So something I just saw about this, check this out on the side here. Just to make sure that they have so this, like these screw holes for the rear fan, they go all the way through this. So if you are gonna do installations on this thing, you need to make sure that you have a standard screwdriver like the LTT screwdriver wouldn't work. So something like this, because you have to be able to do your fan screws in that. So something just FYI here, that you might run into that if you were going through there. Okay, throw our so we're gonna put our rear fan in here. Nice clean looking rear fan. Oh, this has like one cable. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Thank you very much for all the sub support, guys. Seriously, you guys have been so... Oh, and I got to do a dad joke I just noticed. Well, let me get this fan in and then we'll do the dad joke. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to think of how they want it. Looks like they want it to come. I'm trying to think of how they want to do this, the fan. They're like, oh, there it is. Yeah. So they actually have a pass-through for the fan for this one. Crazy, just all these like neat little, so let me see if I can show you here. Just little things that they thought about. So here in the bottom, they have a pass-through right here. So you just put your fan. There we go. And just like that, like now your fan is nice and securely in. So it's just little things. And then that actually has a routing hole through the side here. So it's like it's got a clean, like really clean routing location. And now, just a lot of thinking went into this case, you know? Just gotta turn it so I can see the screw hole here. Here we go. Okay. A little bit harder to get in than normal, but have to kind of push to. It's crazy because you got to like go way into these holes, right, and line it up just the way that it needs to get lined up to do this. But I mean, it looks really clean because of like how flush. Because check out that back. It's just back there. You know what I mean? Pretty cool. Clean off the plastic. It's filling out nicely. Like I'm really impressed with just how everything routes and everything like that. And then all we do, grab our little plastic bits here. There we go, just like that. Fill out our plastic bits. There we go. Okay, so now it's one nice, clean, solid unit. Yeah, very, very impressed with just how easily the build is kind of going together, right? Okay, so now, last little part, guys. We're gonna get the AIO in here, and then all we gotta do is just kind of route all the cables and get it in there. But the AIO install for this is actually pretty straightforward, so let's get this out of the way. Again, very, very easy AIO to put together, which is nice. There it is. No, the bottom fans are, yeah, they're reverse. They're intake, yeah. So they're reverse fans. Let's do dad joke.
Now, another Robeytech dad joke phone out.
Two goldfish are in a tank. Two goldfish are in the tank. One says to the other, do you know how to drive this thing? Two goldfish are in a tank. One just says to the other, do you know how to drive this thing? Salashido, you should. Salashido is Sabashido. You should go and watch our 5090 or 5080 review, because there are now cases where the 285K outperforms the 14900K. Cyberpunk 2077, it's actually about 20-ish frames higher on the Core Ultra 285K than it is on the 14900K. Remember, January they just did a bunch of BIOS updates and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, somebody just got it. So there's nothing wrong with the 14900K, don't get me wrong. I'm just letting you know, as they've started doing like performance enhancements and all that sort of stuff, the 285K is getting better. And like I said earlier in the stream, the reason that we are using the 285K is because the 5090 is not really just a gaming CPU. So this is a use it for everything build, using current gen parts, which I consider the 14th and 13th gen are really honestly past gen at this point. Not saying they're bad, they're just not current gen anymore. The dad joke just tanked. That's not nice. Okay. '1590 is not, it's not just a gaming GPU, sorry. Sorry, it meant to say GPU. Thank you for keeping me honest, Araxnus. There we go. Okay, time to start getting this on. The build's actually going pretty smooth. Six minutes left to zip tie count, guys. Okay, let's get this in. Oh, wait, I want to do this. So this is the back. Oh, okay. Okay, so this hose is supposed to go through here. There we go. Wait a minute. Gotta do this. I gotta do this right here. Because the thing is that this has got to go through this. So this goes like this. Playing a little bit of mind thinking, which is hard for me apparently. What? Mind? Which way does it go? Hopefully this locks it in. There we go. How did this, how did that lock in, but these don't lock in? Nope. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna test this just to make sure before I get too far I don't have to undo all the screws here and okay. I don't have to undo all the screws and find out, oh, dang, I did this all wrong. So this is the back here. Yep, that's fine. Okay. We did it right. Guys, we did it right. Every once in a while, I do something right. Oh, Zotac's here. Zotac, I was just talking about your card a little bit earlier. Told everybody that it is about 3 decibels quieter than the reference, than the 5090 FE. Runs about 3 degrees cool, about 10 degrees cooler under load. So it's quieter and better, and then performance is on par. So we just got finished doing all of our review data. So we have our review coming out for the 5090. So Zotac in the house, huge fans of their cards. Really just kind of coming it together. I'm assuming, is that Brian? Is that Brian who's there right now? I don't know if it's you or Jason who are hanging out. And then just so you guys know, all of our builds are sponsored to Zotac. Thanks to how many freaking zip ties I get from them. They send me bags of zip ties, and it's the greatest. So, makes me so happy. But Zotac in the house, guys, and I love their new ID, their new product ID stuff, and the stuff that they've been doing. We have a number of their cards. I think we have some more of their 5080s coming. I know we only got one 5090, but Brian's supposed to send us some more as well. So we'll be able to use all of their different 5080s, which will be cool. As far as I know, unless that was not true, but They're huge supporters of our channel and giving us stuff for builds. I'm not making a zip tie wig because then I won't have the zip ties to use. And I use a lot of zip ties. I am obsessed with zip ties. All right, there we go. Those are all done. Let's get this, put this in here. Okay, we're gonna use these because they're just to make it look good. Use the extras to make a wig. I guess I could do that. That feels more reasonable. That feels less wasteful of my zip tie smorgasbord. Okay. Oh. Okay, here we go, guys. Got to put this down a little bit. It's a little high. I'm not tall enough. Oh, let me put the cable in here. I guess I could probably run this. Fans are down below. Crud, did I put this in backwards? Because I think I want. I think this one is the one I want, right? I might have put the fans on backwards, guys. I put the AIO on right, but no, I think, nope, yep, I did. I put the wrong, I have the fans on the wrong way. Well, wait a minute, I don't know if I can rotate them the right way. So if I do this, then that'll be on the right. So I guess if I do this though, this will clip in, and then I'll have just the spare one. I think what I want is I want this, sorry, I'm just thinking through because I want this over here, but I can't, well, I guess I could just, okay. I guess I can just rotate the fans and then have it here and then run it that way, which would be okay. It should be fine. Okay. Yeah, I gotta rotate these real quick. Because the things are here, and this is the wrong connection. I want the. But it feels like it lines up the way that it needs to, which is the terrible part. I feel like I'm making a mistake. Yeah, luckily I got a nice screwdriver, yep. So this is gonna come off. This, yeah. Yeah, it's the wrong direction, okay. Luckily, it's not slow to switch this over. In a lot of ways, I kind of feel like I am. It's like trying to make sure that I do this the right way. I'm like it's hurting my head a little bit. I have to make sure that this is done the right direction. I guess I could have run a cable the entire length if I wanted to, but this just seems like the right call is just to go like this. There we go. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, maybe not. Loosen this a little bit because you got to find the... Come on. That's why I didn't want to have to take this off. Okay, I think I got it now. Okay, finally. Everything is now correct. I know you guys were worried, right? Just over here, like... Okay, one more screw. Whoa. There we go, guys. Okay, now we have our cable. Oop, now I gotta grab my cable here. Okay. It's always a little bit of trial and error, but we have the right cables in the right places now. Okay, here we go. Run that through that little hole there. There we go. Yeah, this case is just cool. Boom, just like that. AIO's in, lines up beautifully, which is super cool. We're gonna screw this in and then it's starting to come together, guys. We got all of our AIO cables here, all of our fan cables. There's 3 of them, which is really straightforward. Okay, so now last part is let's get our AIO installed. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Need to grab the, I put the screws back in here, I think. There we go. Okay, here we go, guys. It's that time. It's kind of like a big moment right here in any build when you put the AIO in, because it's kind of like the very end of the Oh, that should be. Okay, just getting that on. Okay, now we just tighten it in. Nice, it's good solid contact. You know, I don't think we've used a single zip tie on this build yet. There we go. Okay, so that's that. AIO is now installed. We just have a couple. Got a pump one that has to go in. That goes up there, and then we have these to route through. But look at the side view. It's looking good. Thank you, Evo. I hope you're doing well. Trying to see what I can do to. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now we have that. So now what we got to do is just make sure that's the right one. Okay, that takes care of that. Okay, so now we just got to get the rest of this build looking the way it needs to look. And that's like really just kind of coming down to getting cables connected the way they need to get connected. And then I'll feel confident about being able to cable manage. Okay, so turn it around here. So we have this is the one, this is all of our AIO stuff right here. So it goes off to a thing, and then we have some extra cables here. Some extensions. This allows me to take, I think this is the 3. Same thing here. So that's all that one. And then we have this one. That's an extension. So I have this goes on to, what am I looking for here? Looking for this, okay. So this goes onto this. Okay, so that takes care of this. And then this, I have another cable here somewhere. There it is right there. That connects into this. That's to our CPU fan, so that's got to go up here. Run this in, so that'll take care of the CPU fan. And this plugs into here. Okay, so that takes care of our RGB for our, so all I'm doing is thinking through all the stuff. Okay, so this one is our AIO, this is our bottom fan. But the problem I have is I need another connection. I need another connection for this fan. And they did not give us one. Okay, okay. Oh, wait, maybe. No, that allows, oh, wait, no, that would just allow RGB, okay. Oh, but I could. That wouldn't do that. Okay, so I have a situation here that I need to solve here real quick. And that is I have a rear fan that did not come with the stuff it needs to the stuff it needs to connect in. I also forgot to put these on. To make it look solid. I'm surprised I'm able to do this blind, but it's working really well. Wow, okay, cool. Okay, so I gotta figure out how to hook up our rear fan. I'm just thinking through that while I do this little piece of the puzzle here real quick. We definitely want a showcase build here. Now I do have another set of these fans. Probably just take a thing from, but I'll look in the box one more time and see what it says. Okay, come on. There you go. Last one. This would have been easier if I would have done this when. Cool. Okay, those are all on. Nice. Oh, I forget one. No, those are all on. Okay. That would have been way easier if I would have done that while I was. Okay, so I'm just surprised they didn't give you splitters, because then you could have daisy chained them all together, but they don't have any. They don't have any daisy chains that I can see anyway. Let me see if there's something in here. There's one other cable I missed or something, because it shows like It just says, it's like, it feels like there's a link fan, like all of these link fan connections, but you'd think what would be useful is if they gave you like a link fan hub, which would be awesome. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go see if I have like a hub or something like that. If not, I'm gonna have to grab a cable to hook this up. We're super close. Yeah, those are all D30s. I don't see any. These are all, this is the M25, M20s. I don't see another cable or hub or, because all of this stuff is like organized now. Okay, well, we'll just grab the cable from this for now. Allow us to hook this up. Okay. Rob Peter to pay Paul. Oop, I don't think this has actually ever been opened. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so let's grab this. So let me hook up the last cable. There we go. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna go with it. Figure it out later. I feel like a link hub would have been really useful right here. Then I could have just, I don't even know if they make a link hub, but that would have been awesome. Okay. Okay. I'm just rolling with it, guys. Okay, so we have all of our cables now hooked up. And now I have a bunch of RGB. Let me see how many RGB headers I have. I have 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top. So I have just enough. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Now comes all of the hook it all up part. Okay, so this cable is going to go right up here. There's our CPU fan. And then we need to grab this right here. This comes out here to the left. And this is our RGB for our pump and okay, so there's that. Okay, so there's that one. This is our intake, rear intake fans. Okay, so there's our rear bottom fan. And our rear RGB for the bottom fan. There we go. Okay, and then we have one more cable. It's for our this is for our rear exhaust fan. Feels like this should be way more straightforward, but there we go, there's that. And then here is this right here. This would be so much easier just with like a little hub. Come on. Okay, all of the cables are now hooked up. Everything is now hooked up. So now we can focus on getting this done. This is where we put Bryant's work to the test. Okay, so we're gonna run these down, run these up. This is where we work on making this look presentable now. It's really most of this is just, most of the cables that I'm dealing with, this is always the joy, right? Is mostly from RGB. RGB is the cable management nightmare, always is. I don't know if this is a nightmare, but it just takes some patience as you work through and slowly untwist it to be something a bit cleaner. There we go. Oh, there is a little bit more there. Okay. First set of cables. There we go. Okay, what we're working on here is you just want to make sure that cables stay nice, clean pattern here. Now the funny thing is like all of this will be hidden by a giant door, but I'll know, you'll know, so you gotta just make sure that you make it look nice, you know? Back in the day. I know, you know that I didn't cable manage it, so let's just do it. Let's just do it right. You know? I like how we have all these people who are like, we're anti-RGB. So why don't you just give up Robey and don't worry about the RGB. Just let it go, Robey. Just don't worry about the RGB. Just get the build on so we can see the benchmarks. I say, get behind me, Satan. Was not. Why is this not letting me? Okay. There we go. Okay, we just want to pull these nice and tight. Okay, we're now out of the ones we're going to be dipping into Bryant's Zotac zip tie archive now. Just so you know, Brian, I expect a zip tie care package every 3 to 6 months. So please put that on your schedule. Yes, you are absolutely right. It adds at least a minimum of 10 frames per second. Every RGB light. You know, it's funny because NVIDIA says multi-frame gen. No, RGB frame gen. That's the future. Okay, here we go. Zip tie this one. A little bit of a spine method here, but we just got to get everything kind of. By the way, Bryant sent me the good zip ties too. Like these are like the right length, the right, you know what I mean? Like they have all of the right things that you like, you know? Right thickness. It's like he cares about me. Bryant knows what I like. Look, we got room. Yeah, we did the cape, we did the yeah, we did the cable spine, but it's like mostly RGB. So we're doing the cable spine that is off of the this is what I want. And then we'll cut it and it'll look nice. Okay. Last little bit of this whole little mess there. Okay. Okay, there we go, guys. There is our cable management. Looks clean. Everything's nice and tight. Ugh. Let's look at the front here. There we go. All of that looks really nice and clean. All right, let's get our GPU in. The moment you guys have been waiting for. Time to get the 5090 in. Zotac 5090 Solid. We've already done an FE roll. We've already done an FE build. So we're doing, this is a reference. So this is MSRP. This is an MSRP card. Hold on. There we go. There we go. GPU time. It's been a while since we've got to debut GPUs. Well, actually, not that long. So this one looks like they have a black filling for this, and then again, looks like we have an RGB cable, sag bracket, and then they have a standard looking 4-pin, which we don't have to worry about, and then the actual card, which I actually really like. Whoa, that is a thick card. And there it is right there. Beautiful, look at that. I love the new look of them. And then you can do, one of the things that is new that they've added is this cable right here. It allows you to independently control, so you don't need to use their software to control the RGB. So you can actually have it controlled from the motherboard. I just do not have, another RGB spot. But you can actually, so you don't have to use their Firestorm software to actually control it if you didn't want to. And like I said, from when you compare this versus the Founders Edition 5090, the performance is on par with the FE. Couple things that are worth noting is that the sound, the volume, like the overall air, its noise profile is lower, and the temperatures are lower on this card versus the FE. It's also quite a bit bigger, but there you go. Okay, here we go. Big Chungus going in. Can't quite see. I did take the plastic thing off, right? Okay. Oh, that's why. No, no. I don't know if I'm hitting that or not. Yeah, I am. Okay. So that, it's this, the sag bracket is a little too high. that out of the way. There we go. Okay. And this thing is like, there we go. Okay, we're in. We're in. Woo! That is a big boy card in there. Okay, so that takes care of that. What do I do with the, there it is. And this slides over this. Okay, so that makes that now. Oh. Okay, now, that looks really good in there actually. Okay, so let's get this. There we go. So for folks who don't know, here are the parts inside of the build. We're very, very close. Hey, BMOC, thank you for it. Dear Darling, thank you for, sorry. Dear Dead Rising 72, thank you very much. Your Way, thank you very much. And Primonesius. Okay, so here's what we're building. Intel Core i9 285K, Asus ROG Maximus Z890 Hero, the Zotac Gaming Solid NVIDIA RTX 5090, the Kingston Fury Renegade 2 terabyte NVMe. We also could add an additional 4 NVMe drives. The Patriot Viper Gaming Extremes 48 gigabytes at 8,000 mega transfer. The Phanteks Evolv X2, the Glacier 1 360 M25 G2, and then the Phanteks Revolt 1,000 watt PSU. So yeah, that is the build, and this is how it looks so far, which is actually pretty stunning. And honestly, I like the silver with the gold a little bit popping out there. It just gives it a little bit more, I don't know, vibrancy a little bit. So pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. So it looks really, really good. TARDIS, thank you very much for the sub. Yeah, it looks really, really good. Now, I already brought up, I do understand it's a 1,000 watt PSU. Probably would, if I was going to do this build and do one change, I'd change it to 1,200 watt or even 1,600 watt. Given this is, you know, Phanteks sent us all the parts. We're using their thing. If you were just going to do gaming, 1,000 watts is going to be normally fine. 285K is, you know, it's actually a pretty efficient GPU. I mean, a pretty efficient CPU. But given that this build is more focused on gaming and productivity, which is why we did a 285K for this one, I would do a 1,200 watt PSU. But if you're just going to do gaming and you wanted to copy along, 1,000 watts is going to be fine. So, more power. Okay, so now, guys, we're on to the last part of this stuff, which is just running our power cables and stuff like that. It's just the very end of this build. So we have a Phanteks, we have a Revolt cable kit that we're going to be using, and then plugging that all into our PSU. Luckily, we only have 3 cables we need. We need our CPU, our 24 pin, and our 16 pin, and that's it. So pretty straightforward in terms of the actual build needs here. Yeah, Lansworth, that's a little overkill, but you know what? Honestly, it's not a bad thing, right? So it's beautiful. Check this out, nicely braided. These are the Revolt ones that come with it. So it's got cool cool cable combs. There we go. There you go. There we go. Okay, let me get this to do its thing that it needs to so I can. There you go. Okay, I'm just going to quickly there we go. Looks clean. How's that look? That's really nice, actually. I like a nice clean look. That looks very clean. Okay, next one. Quickly run this into if Phanteks knew this is the right thing to do. Okay, so there's that one. Now we just need our CPU. There we go. Now the cool thing about this particular PSU is that all I'd have to do is switch out the PSU to a 1200 watt and it would just work, which is cool. Just trying to make sure that I get the there we go. Okay, so let's grab one more. These cables are super nice. Grab one more CPU cable. Like really nice. Really nice sleeve cables. And I like the cable combs actually a lot too. And they're really easy to use. It's a very pretty looking cable kit. I mean, it is black, it's plain, but this particular build, it looks really good. Here we go. Okay. Guys, are you guys getting excited to see this thing all lit up? Okay, we got one more cable, and that is our 16 pin. And that is it, guys. We just got to plug in our PSU after this. Okay, one more cable. This is it. Last bit. This is the end all be all of this whole thing. And it actually has, okay, nice. I didn't know if they were gonna give you cable combs on this, but they did, which is awesome. And it's also got cable combs for the 16 pin, which is cool. Okay, I think it's supposed to go right through there. Okay, we're just working on creating the comb situation here, which is a little bit, there we go. There we go. Okay, we have a beautiful comb situation now, which is great. Finish pulling this through. Oh, that's why. Some cable is like, there it is. Oopsie. There we go. God, that looks good. That's great. Just looking for clean here. Looks really good. Okay, wow. Very, very happy with that. we go. We have one more quick cable thing to do, and then okay. Let me just clean up the bottom, and then we'll plug in our PSU, and then that is it, guys. Build is done. That came out so good. It looks so good. Okay. Okay. A little bit more cable management, but I've run most of it. All we got to do is put our PSU in. The cool thing is like with how they rivet, like how the ribs, so like here's the side view. You can actually see like it's just really easy to route these down just like this. So everything for the PSU is right here. We'll figure out the links here in a minute, and then I'll basically just have to cut that. Very, very clean looking. Okay, let's get this Seasonic here. It's actually Phanteks, but powered by Seasonic. So there is no cables in this. They give you, okay, so see, they give us screws? Yeah. More zip ties, which I always appreciate. They also gave us a PSU tester. And the bigger thing that I'm looking for is right here. Is that. Pretty looking PSU actually. So that's the PSU. Pretty nice looking, right? Very clean looking PSU. There we go. Okay, let's get all this installed now. Sixteen pin. Or 12 plus 4. And this is a platinum PSU, so the other thing too is this is crazy efficient, which is actually really nice. There we go. I'm gonna have to do this the other way. This is coming through, okay. Making sure we're not twisted up here, guys. So sometimes it's just a little bit of rejiggering and not rushing. So you can make sure that you have a really clean, there we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, this is the last screw, guys. That is the build. Right there. Okay, build's done. Just got it. It's the only cable that I got to worry about here, and easy enough. Cables are just that's kind of how it's going to work. Not a whole lot of management I have to do beyond that because that's all there is to it. Okay, there it is, guys. There is the build. This is always the real test. I feel like you have to do it like maybe it is like this. Come on, get in there. There we go. And then that clips in. Oops. This little clip thing, oh, there it goes. There you go. It is on and solidly, look at that. Look at that, perfect. Like seamless, that's how you know you've done a good job with your cable management. There we go. There we go. It's okay. It's not the best. It is definitely a showcase build. Thermally, it kind of performs in the middle. So in other words, you're definitely going to want an AIO for this build for sure. It's definitely not an air-cooled case. Is it dangerous for your build? No. It's just going to be warmer than you might get and other more airflow focused builds. This is a showcase where form kind of took some precedence over function. And our review for this will be out early next week. We have finished the reviews and thermals and stuff on it, so. Let me grab the, just want to put the screw into, there we go. And just like that, guys, there it is. And there is the build. And honestly, I really love the way that card looks inside of it. Looks really, really. ZigPC, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you for the tier 3 sub as well. Ollie Newless, Alan Lewis, thank you very much for the sub. TARDIS1916, also thank you for the sub. Sorry guys, I was focused on just getting the build done. Sometimes I get tunnel vision. If you're new to the channel, then you probably don't know that, but if you're not, you know that I kind of get to a point where I go into the zone to finish the build. What do you guys think? Howdy JP, Sergeant Nobody, thank you for the gifted subs. You're a rock star, appreciate you. What do you guys think though? Beautiful, right? It's just such a pretty build. It's just a pretty, thematically, it just looks very, very good. When it all lights up, I think it's going to look even better, but very simplistic, very solid. I think white would be awesome. I did want to do white originally. The problem is that getting a white 5090 right now would, you think getting a normal 5090 is hard. Okay, let's do our sponsor real quick, and then we'll get into it. Yeah, I can't wait to see the whole thing. I want to see it lit up something fierce. Let's do a zip tie count real quick. Ugh. There was actually not that many zip ties. Honestly, their use of Velcro was actually quite good. So, give you a lot of Velcro places. Okay, here's what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10. 4, 5, there's 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 21. 21, guys, it is odd today. 21 zip ties. $21 zip ties. Oh no. I don't want you to lose your coins. Okay, sponsor time. There we go. All right, so you get finished building a PC like this and you want to pick up a copy of Windows, but you've already spent $4,300. Do you want to spend an extra $200 on a copy of Windows? Well, here at VIP-CDK Deals, you can pick up a copy of Windows for as little, without using my discount code, for as little as $30. So let's pick up, let's spend a little, get a little crazy. Let's spend $32.45, pick up a copy of Windows 11 Pro. So we'll hit buy now. If you hit buy now and use code RBCK at checkout, what was $32.45 drops all the way down to $22.71. So you're saving an extra $10. Now these are OEM keys, so there is a potential chance that if you do like some upgrades or whatever it was, you might need to get another key. But again, you'd have to spend $200 if you were going to get a full-blown retail key. But here you'd have to buy 10 keys almost to get to the point where you'd have to buy 10 keys to spend the same amount of money. Now, the other thing, too, that they've just added, well, just a little while ago in last year, is you can also pick up copies of Office 365, which has been a big one for me. So you can get 5 devices for $45.97, or you can get 1 device for $30. But again, same thing, buy now, use code RBCK at checkout. That means you get 5 devices for a year for what is essentially $32.18, which is a ridiculously low price for a copy of Office 365. We've literally had thousands and thousands of people here use these. They've been buying it forever. They have great customer service. They are actual legit keys. And so if you have any questions, just feel free to ask right here inside of chat, because I know there's lots of people who've bought codes and stuff right here. So again, VIP-cdkdeals.com, and you can pick it. Use code RBCK at checkout for things like Office, Windows, etc. For the game keys, that does not work. There we go. Lots of people raising their hands. We got a dad joke, and then we'll go into the second part of the sponsor stuff, and then we'll go from there. Hold on, let me grab a dad joke real quick. Okay, here we go. Dad joke. What do you call a magician that loses his magic? What do you call a magician that loses his magic? You call him Ian. Call him Ian. Magician. If you lose his magic, his name is Ian. All right, so last little bit, and then we'll jump onto the thing. Yes, it's Intel because this build is a 5090, which means it's more focused at both not just gaming and productivity, which the 285K excels at, which is awesome. So, yeah, I know. Once you got it, yeah. Once you get it, you get it. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay, a couple other things I want to tell you about. First and foremost, Robeytech.com. Maybe you can't support me like so many people like Jack Dragon and Sergeant Nobody and GSX Therapy have supported me for literally months, but you do go shopping. First and foremost, so if you shop at Amazon, Newegg, Best Buy, just bookmark Robeytech, head over, click on this link. It'll take you to Amazon. The good thing is that it does not cost you any extra money, but we get a nice little affiliate kickback from anything you've spent. I just read you're cordially invited. Anything that you've spent, and it helps us. Now, I do want to take a second to do my normal, please uninstall Honey, please uninstall Karma. It is taking your data, it is not finding you the best price, and the other thing too is it is actually stealing from us as well. So if you have any questions, please get rid of Honey and please get rid of Karma, because it is stealing from your favorite content creator and all that sort of stuff. I think the codes do work in Canada. Yeah, I don't think there's any problem there at all. So anyway, if you please, that's the first and foremost. If you have Honey, if you have Karma, please get rid of them. Okay, so, but you can click on any one of these links, Best Buy Canada, any of those things, click there, do your shopping, check out, and we get a nice little boost, and you can just shop the way you want, and you support us at the same time. Okay, I did want to let people know, we are now putting up, because we've been going through we've been transferring over to 50 series, we've been putting some really ridiculous PCs on sale for you to purchase. So if you want to get a 14900KS 4090 system, this all in would be what? It would be close to 37 or 3,800 bucks with tax and everything. You could get it $3,300 all in right here. All you got to do is email me. And then the other one we just added was the Core Ultra 7 265K 4070 Ti. This build is regularly $2,700, not including tax and shipping, but you can get it here for 2,500 bucks all in. And then you can end up with this beautiful PC, which is sitting right here too. Oh, you don't see anything, sorry. Okay, so again, we have this beautiful Intel Core i9 14900K with an RTX 4090. I think the all-in price, so it's $3,700 pre-tax and shipping. We're selling it for $3,300, and that's shipping and everything as well. So here's all the parts and all that stuff. And all you got to do is go to store and PCs for sale. It's there. And then we have this new one, this Intel Core Ultra 7 plus an RTX 4070 Ti. This system right here, it's regularly $2,700 pre-tax and pre-shipping. We're selling it for $2,500 all in, shipping and everything, and we ship right from there. So if you guys see any of those systems, head over to Robeytech, just email me, and we'll get it packed out and shipped out to you. We also have another system that'll be up. It's regularly $5,000. We're selling it for $4,000. It's a BTF ROG Hyperion build from there. So that'll all be there too. Yeah, it's really, really, really low prices for those. And yeah, so we're gonna sell it for 42. So it's really, really low prices. We're selling them well below MSRP just to find good homes for people who want to do it. And then last thing, let's see what deals Tom's got for us today. Okay, Steam deals today. 4 terabyte SN850X. This is a 4 terabyte gaming drive on sale right now, $269.99. That's a really good price. Viper Venom, this is their non-RGB RAM. This is 2x16, DDR5 6000, $74.99. You remember when DDR5 was like $400? The glorious GMMK small gaming keyboard. I've used this thing forever, dude. This actually used to be my one before I went to the Azoth and some of the other more niche keyboards, but on sale right now, $59.99. I really like these keyboards. They're fun. 400-piece computers, screws, motherboard standoffs, all that sort of stuff. So if you want to just get into building, all that sort of stuff, this is on sale right now for $9.99 from Amazon. The KYY portable monitor, 15.6-inch 1080p monitor, on sale $79.99. And then the Logitech G Litra Beam LX dual-sided RGB streaming key light with TrueSoft, all that stuff on sale right now, $109.99. So some pretty good deals there. Honestly, this NVMe drive, and I love this keyboard. And then of course, if you want non-RGB RAM, you can't beat that price for DDR5 6000. So, okay. So yeah, that is it. Now remember, guys, the other thing too is that we are not going to be upping the prices for those systems that are for sale right now with tariffs. But with tariffs, I will expect prices for PCs and PC components to go up quite a bit. So anyway, just FYI. And then of course, always guys, if you have questions, if you want to reach out, like say for instance, you see a build on Robeytech and you really like it and you want us to do it, you can always email us for a commission. We have a number of commission builds that we're doing for 50 series and stuff like that. Obviously, they take a little bit more time because we have to source the cards, but we do source the cards, we charge MSRP, and we can build ones like this right here that you see right there. So again, you can just reach out to us via email, and that's right there on the main page. Okay. Anyway, everybody say thank you, Tom, for the deals, and let's get turning it on. Okay, so let's unplug this, move it over. The moment of truth, guys. Does it turn on? And what is it gonna look like? I'm actually really excited. Okay, ooh, it's hefty. Okay, here we go. Wow, they have a 2.5 and a 5G LAN port on this motherboard. Will it boot? We're gonna find out here in just a second. We're just getting everything prepped. Here we go. Okay, it's on. You see anything? Oh, that's a good sign. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it is lit up. And there it is, guys. It is lit up. Wow, that looks so good. Okay, here we go, watching. Okay, and there is the post right there. It is posted, and we have a fully ready to go build. Let's go F1. Make sure X and P's on. X and P's disabled. We're gonna go to enabled. 8,000 megahertz. It's running at 27 degrees right now, idle. Here it is from the side. Beautiful, beautiful build. That looks so good. And the Zotac looks really, like everything, like all of the, yeah, it looks good. This is gonna be cool to play with and get all the RGB set and stuff like that. I don't know, ooh, that's the green light. So there's the 8,000 working. I think that's a reset button. I know that's an RGB button. And it is posting right now, coming in with 8,000 megahertz RAM. And there it is. We are posted and in. Okay, we're gonna go to the second thing. And then next step is, let's test our thermals and stuff like that, get all this done. I also need to, oh, that was weird. Let's see here. So let's slide, oops, we're gonna just wait for all this. So it's just loading everything up. There we go. So let's go ahead and load here. Zotac, Firestorm. Okay, here we go. Let's go to agree. Trying to find post. This is okay. Where's the download? I forgot how to. I know I must be freaking dumb. That's the 30 series, 20 series, 10 series. Okay, so that's 40 series. I think this will work. Oh, we'll see. Oh, sorry, I'll fix this. Hold on. Okay, you should see it now. Yeah, I did. So somebody was telling me, I do know that the white cable will work. I'm out of RGB headers. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm out of RGB headers, so I could split it off. But there is a white cable that if you don't want to use Firestone, you don't have to. I'm going to use Firestorm to do it. Okay, so we got to figure out. Oops, we got to figure out color here. Okay, maybe that's not going to work. Well, you know what we can do though? Oh, all the colors did sync. Let's do, actually, I think it would be fun though. Let's go to, I wonder if does this should work now? Okay, good. So we got GPU tweak now. Okay, cool. So we can actually see our OSD and all that stuff. And then let's open up Armory Crate. And let's do a green, since we got green in the Zotac, let's just keep it. And then let's build like a green and purple. No, green and white maybe? Let's see what we got here. Okay, Armory Crate, Aura Effects. Let's do Starry Night. Let's do like lime green there. And then we'll do the background as like a white maybe. Okay, maybe we'll switch the background to the green, and then we'll do the Starry Night as white. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I do like that. That's pretty dang cool. I like it. I mean, green and like trying to think of like green and purple might look good too. So we could do green and let's do like a purple here. Just do it like a little bit of a Joker color. Oops. That looks super cool. Yeah, green and orange would also look cool, but like the green and the purple. That looks super cool. Okay, so let's clean. I like that. I like that a lot. I could just do like a solid and go like white. Trying to see if, yeah. Yeah, I think that looks really good, don't you? Yeah. You guys think green and blue? I think the green and purple looks really good. We could slow down the speed a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's check our thermals here real quick. Let's put our glass on. Okay, apparently I'm downloading the wrong version of Firestorm, guys, so let me fix that real quick. That's my own thing. There it is. So I have to download it from here. Sorry, that's my own bad. Okay, let me, let's go to here. And thank you, Sharkums. I have you in my phone, so I appreciate you telling me. Okay, so apparently it's in here somewhere. We know where? The amp infinity I'm looking for. Okay, there's Firestone or Flesh Look. It looks cool. Look at all these. Maybe if I click on this and then downloads. So download at the bottom of the 50 period page as well. Firestorm. Trying to find the thing. Trying to see if I can download it and put the bottom of the featured highlights. Okay. So there's definitely this right here. Seeing if he knows where it's at. Let me see what he says here. Okay. This is why I love having other people. Featured highlights. Oh, it's buried. Okay, so it's here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, he found it. Thank you. I found it. Appreciate you. Yeah, I wouldn't have found that. Extract. Let me remove this other one. Okay. Oh. And then we can do our thermals. Okay, here we go. This is the last thing I need, guys. Everything else is already installed. Let me install. All right, wow, look at that. Okay. Then they have... Wow, they've really kind of done your voltages and your clocks here, but where is the... Oh, Spectra. Okay, so we'll do the same thing, green. We'll do... do green and... I want to make it yellow. What is... How do I... You sound like trying to make it go yellow. Okay, glide, fusion, tandem. Okay, so there's tandem, but I want to do different color tandems. It looks like this is saying something like, but it doesn't let me do it. This one is purple and blue. I like the purple and the blue, like that's cool, but I'm trying to do the, oh, okay, well, it's letting me change this one. Okay, green and purple. There we go. Cool. Okay, we got it. Okay, so, whoa. I don't know why Steam was so big, but okay, let's go to library, make sure that we have all this stuff. Manage downloads, we have no downloads. Okay, cool. Library. We have Cyberpunk and Hogwarts here right now. Okay, okay, we got all that. Okay, let's do, now we can do our stuff. Okay, let's do hardware info monitor. Okay. Got it though, we figured it out. We got it. Now it all matches the whole color, like you can see here. Here's the build statically, right? Looks really good, yeah? With the purple and the blue. Gotta say, man, that looks pretty sick. All right, so let's take a look here at our performance. So right now we're sitting at 36 degrees in our temperatures. Let's do one thing I want to do real quick, because this is always a key thing here. Okay, skip once, cancel. Let's go to Fan Expert. And then we'll run our AI cooling real quick. Okay, so we'll run AI cooling really quick. Who would, I mean, like, you guys see this system. What do you guys think? Would you want this system at your house? Would you be happy with a system like this? It's very, very quiet. Oh, and oh man, there's an RGB bar at the top. Look at this, guys. There's an RGB bar at the top even, which is cool. And there's RGB bars on the inside as well, so like all of that stuff is going as well at the same time. So it's, I mean, there's a lot of really nice lighting coming off of this. So, yeah, let's go to capture. Only thing I change is the case and the RAM. So those would be, that was like kind of the whole point. Okay, so we got our fan curve set. Okay, let's go ahead and open up Cinebench. Oh, more RAM, okay. Okay, let's go to File, Advanced, 10 minutes. Start the run. See how this, let's see what temps are like. Pulling 230 watts. Sitting at a very nice and frosty 76 degrees, guys. It's okay, Chuck. I'm just saying, it's kind of funny. 76 degrees. And, you know, it's getting a nice, and is it, what's the score? 41,000. 41,000 Cinebench score, sitting at 76 degrees. And I mean, it's cranking a little bit right now, but it's not having much of a problem at all. Well, I mean, this is a very expensive system. Right now it's pulling 216, 234 watts, so it's not having any issues whatsoever. And it's nice and cool. Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna have any problem with temperatures here. Okay, so let's take a stop there. Let's just take a look at gaming temperatures. We could, if we wanted, I don't know. Here, let's try, actually, let's try this. Let's do some FurMark. We can check GPU temps. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at GPU temps, because this is a way for us to stress GPU temps. Okay, so we're gonna do 5090 FurMark, full screen. So we'll run the benchmark at P. Okay, so here we go. Here goes our temps. GPU is sitting at 52, 54. So the GPU temp is saying nice and cool. And I could actually attach, because I use with this board, I could actually attach it to a GPU curve. So I could take those bottom fans and have them ramp up based on GPU. So it's starting to go up now. 60. Yeah, so in other words, it's doing a good job. I mean, like, again, this is incredibly stressful. I mean, it's pulling, look at this though. It's pulling, where's our wattage? It's sitting at, this is, don't worry, your GPU temp. Usually this pulls like 400, this pulls like a lot of wattage usually. We usually have the wattage on the other side, but this would usually be pulling about 400, a ton of watts. So yeah, this is our way of testing it. And then again, standing in the 60s, right? 66, 67. So there's that. Okay, let's check out gaming temps real quick. So we'll load some Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, it's probably pulling like 500 and something. I just don't have the wattage. It's not showing that on GPU. But I think I can add it. I can look at it later. Yeah, you're right, Sharkham. It's probably 600 watts. I'd rather say what it was, and I couldn't find it. So I was kind of just like pulling numbers out of my butt because I couldn't find it. I was trying to kill time. Yeah, I got Hogwarts installed too. So that's my bad. Shouldn't be doing that. That's my bad. Hey, my 5080 is on the way. Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, you come back and it's 2077. Well, it was so Julian John Moore. That's what it was pulling because it pulls. FurMark has it pull whatever the max wattage is. I will make sure that it shows the wattage next time. Here, let me see if there's a way to add that in here. GPU voltage. So that's voltage, GPU usage, memory clock, GPU fan speed. So it doesn't actually have, wattage. So voltage is showing. So that's one thing it'd be nice if they would add for, sorry, that's really loud. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go to here. Okay, so we're gonna sit there and see what it is. So we're gonna go to graphics, we'll go to ray tracing overdrive, DLSS super resolution, we'll do transformer model auto. Let's keep frame generation off for now. Let's turn path tracing on, and this will just be raw, and then we'll be able to see here GPU temp 46, and then CPU temp is currently sitting at 57. See how this is. This is a great way to just see gaming temps in general. Oh, that's writer access. I could have pulled that. So I can show that for FurMark. Now this is at 1440p, not 4K. Now we could absolutely do 4K, but right now we're doing 1440p. This is absolutely everything on, and right now our GPU temp is sitting at 58 degrees. And our CPU temp is running at 62 degrees. So again, nice and good temps from, for this one. So I mean, this seems absolutely fine. Again, we don't have, MFG is not on right now. This is just DLSS. This is DLSS4 because this does have the transformer model on it right now. So this is using DLSS4. This is the latest patch for Cyberpunk. And this is 1440p, yes. All right, so let's go ahead and turn on, just for fun. Oh, hold on. I got to go to Ray Tracing Ultra. Gosh darn it. DLSS Super Generation, DLSS Frame Generation, apply. And then I have to restart. Okay, so we'll do this. Quit game. We'll load it again. Okay. Okay, just waiting for the play here. So right now we're sitting at 54. I mean, again, no problems, but let's go ahead and we'll do 4K just because this is a 5090. And then we'll try it with 4K. Settings, video, let's go to full screen. 4K. Okay, this is not, oh, there it goes. Oh, dang it. Oh. There we go. One sec, guys. Try to do it too fast. Okay, there we go. So now we're at 38, we're now at 4K. Okay, so there we go. Let's go to graphics. Super resolution, we'll do frame gen 4. So we'll do, this is like full mode, everything on, ray trace, everything. Path tracing, we'll turn it on. And we have transformer model on here. Let's run the benchmark. And then we'll jump into the game. But then this will give you full temps. So this is with MFG, transformer, path tracing. We're getting 235, 226 frames per second. I mean, this is like as maxed out as you can get. And we're going to jump up to 250 here. So understand, you guys are getting there. You guys are getting it via. You guys are getting a different. It doesn't do that on the main screen. It does that on the. What you get on Twitch is obviously degraded, right? So it's just something to be aware of between Twitch and yeah. So understand, it's not what you see and what I see are very different, and that's just That's always the problem here now is that like MFG is almost impossible to show without you actually playing it. And if you ever get a chance to experience it on your own, it makes such a massive difference. But the stuttering and stuff like that is honestly because you're shoving a 250 frame, even greater than 60 into a 60 FPS. So it's just, this is always the problem now. It's just like, it's a little bit of trust me, bro, which kind of sucks because you shouldn't have to. Yeah, this is 250 frames per second at 4K. I can run FurMark at 4K, yeah. So here is the game. This is gameplay. This is 250 frames per second, 4K with everything turned on. And so this stuff right here, and I showed this, if you guys go back and look at our last 50, this is the stuff that the transformer and all that stuff you do not get with like FSR and all that sort of stuff. So just showing you some things. In terms of temps, we're sitting at 67, which makes sense given how much we're pushing the card right now. So I wanted to just show that a little bit. All right, cool. So you guys wanted to see FurMark at 4K? Okay, let's turn off, we'll turn on NVIDIA. Let's open the NVIDIA app. I'll turn off this OSD. So this is the thing where you can do automatic tuning if you wanted to for your best overclock and show it. So you could see that if you wanted to. I definitely recommend, this is actually pretty cool using this. Let's go to displays. I want the OSD. And I'm trying, there it is, NVIDIA overlay. Okay, Alt-Z, and then we want, okay, everything there looks good. Okay, let's open up FurMark. So we'll do this one. So let's pull. GPU power right now is pulling 575 watts. 575 watts right now. And it's sitting at 63 degrees. Now we could let it soak a little bit longer, but this is like, we could just run the regular one. You don't get all the statistics, but yeah, right now it's pulling, GPU usage is 96% and it's pulling 65 and it's still pulling 575 watts. Now the other thing too is that it actually might be pulling more than that, but we'd have to put and we did order one, so we can see it at the tap. So we can actually see, so it might actually be pulling more than 575 watts. Because it says that the power limit's 575, that's what it shows it's doing, but just as an FYI. But it's sitting at 68, and it'll top out at about 74. So yeah, that's just kind of show you going in there. Then we can just run, if you just do this one will just run it, and then we can. This is like the soak one. So, and this is 3840, so again, it's just running, but you can see here, we can let this soak if you wanted to for a little while longer. So, anyway guys, that is, I know you guys, people are always like excited about showing some Hogwarts. So we'll pop some Hogwarts in here, and then we'll go from there. Because this also has DLSS 4, their hair stuff is probably some of the best stuff. And this game, and then Alan Wake 2 has, Alan Wake 2 has Mega Geometry now. And then of course we're waiting for them. Under load, it's quieter. So Wolf King, it's quieter. It's about 66 decibels. So it's actually quieter than the FE, the 5090 FE. So this one it's quieter and it's less it runs cooler at those thermals as well. No, Wolf King, no. Okay, here we go. It's going to do the shaders. But yeah, it's the temps and stuff like that. I mean, again, I actually thought it might be a little bit warmer when we did our stuff, but I mean, like, I was really impressed with this. The 285, I mean, this thing is having no problem keeping it in the 70s for the CPU. Just a very, very pretty build. Very showcasey, which is awesome. It does look a lot like the CES one. I wish, if I can get a white GPU, I might do a white build, but it still looks good. Wouldn't you agree? I got 5090 literally to play Stellar 7 and Red Baron, which feels like a great use of the power. The problem is just getting them right now. I mean, we definitely will do white builds. I know Zotac is sending us a white card when their white cards come in, so we will have white cards. It takes time for those to always come later. I'm very excited about Kingdom Come Deliverance. I wonder if I got my key yet. I asked for it. Yeah, Zotac white card would be cool. Okay, so let's go to settings. Let's use this because this is too slow. Okay, so we're gonna do global recommended. Oh, we actually have ray tracing. Let's go to, we're gonna go full screen, confirm, 3860. So we'll do balanced. Uncapped, motion blur off. Okay, let's go 4. Okay, everything there looks good. Everything is maxed. Ultra, on. Okay, here we go. So this is multi-frame generation, everything at ultra. Wow. .406 frames per second. At 4K. I mean, like everything maxed. Okay, so he wants to check raw. Let's go to here. We'll do DLSS off. Frame generation off. So it's raw. Frame generation is off, low latency is on, frame rate's uncapped. VSync off, okay. So it's 100 frames per second. 125. Which is probably why it felt so good So this is raw, everything maxed. 4K. Look at the hair, that looks good. Reflections, like look at, that's so cool. Look at the reflections off of the pulsing reflections off of the lanterns, right? You see that little bit of light there. That's really neat. And then the fact that it's reflecting off of there, just a lot with this game. And it's using 10 gigs of VRAM. Then we'll jump into Hogsmeade. Seeing a little bit of skipping there. Yeah, we're jumping in. This is like 6477. So yeah, you're seeing some more skipping basically in this area. A lot less consistent. So there you go. Those are all, that is all the games. Showing you a different one, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like with it, but that is with full DLSS 4, the NVIDIA hair and all that other stuff that goes in there. I will say that the patch that they did for Hogwarts actually made performance worse at raw. The DLSS was fine, but yeah, it definitely gets in there, yeah. So anyway, guys, that is it for today's stream. I hope you enjoyed this. We still have 2 more streams this week. We are back on Thursday. We're gonna be doing a budget 5080 build. The whole point is to do a 9800X 3D 5080 at the least possible cost. Basically barring you're gonna, you know, with some rule sets and stuff like that. But we're gonna be doing a sub, I think it's just at 2. Tom, do you know off the top of your head what the total cost was for that build? Let me see, actually I have it in my calendar here. It was just at $2,050. So $2,050 for a 9800X 3D 5080 system. So we're gonna be building that on Thursday, just basically trying to spend no spared expense. It's all about performance, while at the same time making sure that, you know, it doesn't like get stuff from Temu and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's it's for a 5080 9000X 3D modes, that's about as cheap as you can get. So the wattage on the 5080 system is actually quite a bit lower. It's actually pretty close to what a 4080 is, so the wattage isn't that bad. And we'll be doing we'll be doing it with 5080 Founders Edition. So it will be a 5080 Founders Edition thing. Yeah. So Mo on the road, it's funny. It's like I think low cost, no cost, penny pinching budget just means that we make it cheaper. So yeah, I'm not gonna argue the semantics of it. It's just point being is that we're trying to make it as cheap as possible, which is really what we're trying to do while not skimping on anything. So come look at the as cheap as possible 5080 build that we're gonna be doing on Thursday. Then Friday, we're building a really cool Civ 7 themed build on Intel Live that is going to be using a beautiful white Arc B580. So that's going to be happening on Intel Live on Friday. And then we have 2 streams next week, and then I'm off. We got Mod Workshop and another Intel Live next week, and then I'm off to Cancun. I'm off to Cancun for a week, which will be super fun. So anyway, guys, that is it for me tonight. Have an absolutely overall opinion. So here's our thing. Beautiful case. Lots of thoughts in terms of getting making builds look really great. In doing so, there are some things to think about. Things like cable management, using cable extensions, stuff like that. This is really kind of built around Phanteks hardware. So if you use your own hardware, there are some challenges, but still some very impressive stuff. And then for the most part, the warmer the components, the more this is going to struggle, just because it's not the best airflow case. So that's my short. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Hope you guys have an amazing night, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.